Hello, people of the internet. I'm back and drawing again, which is rare because I'm in a perpetual state of art slump. It never ends. It's like I want to do art, but art wants nothing to do with me. But here I am attempting to draw again. And today I'm attempting to draw an avatar off of the oldest, at least to me, weeaboo website, GaiaOnline.com, which I never use, but I thought about it and I'm like, man, I really have always liked those avatars and how they look and how pixely they are and how much you can interpret from just a few simple pixels. So I went on and I was like, hey, let me draw ya. And I had quite a few responses, but the first person to respond had an avatar that really stood out to me and I'm like, I want to draw that. Let me draw that. And so I did. I drew it. I drew the thing. And I live streamed it for the first time, which was strange and interesting, but also enjoyable and quite fun. And I realized while I was on Gaia that it had been 10 years on Gaia. Oh my goodness. I haven't used it in like half of those years, but I've been on it for at least that, because it wasn't even my original, what's it called? Account. That's the word. Words are hard. It wasn't my original account, but still, 10 years is a long time. I mean, it doesn't even feel like I've really been alive for 10 years, but here we are. So I decided that I'm going to do 10 free avatar drawings to celebrate each year on this website. This is the first. I'm working on the second one, not as we speak, but recently. And I'll be streaming that as well. If you want to watch, I'll have links in the profile, and I'll let you guys know when I am streaming. Probably not on here, but on all my other social medias, which is... Man, that sounds terrible to say. Anyway, back to the art at hand. I was really excited to draw this picture because the dress was transparent or translucent. I don't know what the right word is. You could kind of see through it. That word. The word for that. And I felt like it would be a challenge, especially on SAI, since I've never really played with transparency. I'm going to call it transparency. And on SAI, unlike whenever I see people do cool things like with transparency or anything like that, it's always on Photoshop, which I have Photoshop, but I rarely ever use unless I need to add text or play around with filters or whatever. But most of the time people do that stuff on Photoshop. I know it's possible to do it on SAI because a lot of speed painters I watch do a lot of really cool things on SAI, and I learn a lot from them. So it was an exciting challenge, and it got me, I wouldn't say it got me out of my slump because art is still just kind of kicking my ass, but it definitely gave me inspiration, which is like 9/10 your ability to do art. You have to be inspired. If you try to draw when you're not inspired, it's just going to be the same thing you've always drawn, which is, for me, cute girl, hand on hip, long legs. That's what I do. There's no change. I think that's a lot of people's go-to pose though, hand on hip. I don't know, it's easier to draw hand on hip. You can put it in a fist, you can put it half on the hip, leaning into where it dips in. I don't know. It's an easy thing to do. However, on this, I was like, I gotta do a different pose, even if it's still just a cute girl doing something. Has a star between her legs. Don't ask me. It's not inappropriate. Shh. And I was just excited. Drawing it was exciting. Talking to someone while I drew on the stream was exciting. Everything's exciting. That's my new favorite word, apparently, because I can't stop freaking saying it. Another thing that I knew was going to be challenging with this picture, other than the translucency of the dress, was the bottom of the dress. The stupid little, like, pedaling effect that the avatar has. It's not just, like, a wavy effect. The fabric is very wavy, but it's, like, cut in little, cute, little pedally looking bumps. And I'm not sure if I captured the essence of that perfect, but I tried. And as far as the feet go, I thought about doing a shoe. You probably saw like a second of that shoe, and I noped myself right out of that situation. Plus, in the description of this particular character, which, oh, by the way, is called Divine Enigma. Maybe I should tell you people what it's called. I don't know. But if she's floating on her star, she doesn't wear shoes, only if she's walking. I'm like, well, she's not walking, so fuck shoes, right? I like drawing bare feet better than I like drawing shoes, because shoes are a pain in the ass, and bare feet are cute. And I forgot how to talk momentarily because my kid bursted in. Anyway, so in this picture, she's on a star. You can see that. Well, you probably can't see it yet. It's kind of just a weird looking doodle sketch. And the only part of this picture I'm probably not 100% happy with because even though the dress isn't right, I still love it, is probably the tail. The tail, I tried something new, and it doesn't look terrible, but it's definitely not like what the avatar looks like. The avatar looks like it has a barbed wire tail, which I wasn't really paying attention to when I was drawing it. And shame on the owner of this character, Mason, for not telling me it looked stupid. She may have thought it looked okay, but she was wrong. And I was wrong. Everything's wrong. But other than the tail, the rest of the picture turned out pretty good. I had to keep telling myself, stop zooming in to 600%. When I draw on SAI or Photoshop, I go with a humongous canvas. 2,000 pixels high by 2,000 pixels wide with 600 dpi. I like it big, and I like it really, really detailed and smooth. I want to be able to zoom into 600% and still not see defined pixels. That's how smooth I want it to be. But it's a bad habit, because when you draw zoomed in so far, you may be getting great detail, but you're going to be disproportionate from the rest of the picture. And so I have to keep myself at a normal distance so I can see the rest of the picture and it not look shitty. And if I start sounding really nasally, I think I'm getting sick, and I apologize. So trying not to zoom in is a struggle, that's certainly for sure. But I think I'm getting better at it. And I always forget that you can do like this picture-in-picture thing, where I could have like the full body on one side, and then zoom in and get those little details while still being able to stay in perspective. And on the new picture I'm drawing for the second avatar for free I'm doing on Gaia, is I did that. You'll see it in the next video, because of course I keep telling myself, make speed paints. You say you want to do this, you say it gives you the urge to draw, and then I don't do it for a year, so I guess we'll see. I've tried to record this audio like 4 times, and I run out of things to talk about because the video is too long because there's so much freaking detail. But, oh god, I'm working on the tail. See, at first it doesn't look bad. If I had done it like that and done like smaller spikes, then maybe it wouldn't have looked so bad. But I didn't, and it does. That's okay though. I mean, yeah, I know I made a mistake, so next time I try to draw a tail that's made of barbed wire, which I don't know whenever that's going to happen, and I doubt it will ever happen again. But if I do get there, I won't make that same mistake. I should have made it like, I don't know, I feel like the tail on the character looks right, but it just clashes with the rest of this picture. And that's my biggest problem with it. It's not the tail looks completely and utterly horrible, but it's definitely not correct. Give me just one moment. Okay, so the little head leafies were probably the part that I thought I was going to have a lot of difficulty with, but I ended up figuring out what I was doing real quick, and they ended up looking good. And I'm probably, more than any other picture I've drawn in like the last year, happiest with the coloring on this, which is surprising. Because I'm shit at coloring, like, it's a fact. It's not like me beating myself up. I can't do color theory because I'm partially colorblind. It just doesn't happen, yo. But I was even more surprised that what is it called? I just said it. Coloring, the colors, those things, ended up coming out so well because it's all just like shades. It's like, other than gold, it's white and black. I threw a little purple in there. Her eyes were purple, so I shaded her legs in like a light lavender. But her skin is pure white. When I was talking to the lady in the live stream, I was going to go with like a light gray, but she's like, no, her skin's supposed to be pure white. And I'm glad she told me that, because if I had used a light gray, it would have become a lot darker than it was. Because her skin's already white, but with the background and the color of her dress and the colors around her, her skin looks gray as soon as more colors come into the picture. It already kind of looks gray just because of the background. So if I hadn't been told that, she would look like a dead zombie and not a fancy celestial being. The rest of the picture, man, I wish I could I tried to speed it up more. This is such a long video, and I'm really sorry. But I tried to speed it up more, and it just got way too blurry. Maybe if I had a better editor, but Windows Movie Studio for life, yo. I think I wish that wasn't a star on her chest. I thought it was a skull. When I was looking at the avatar, I'm like, that looks like a tiny, cute little gold skull. She said it was a star. I could have just made it kind of like the ones on her leaf that you'll see later, where it's just like a glowing dot. I made it glow, but it's still a star. And I'm like, there's already a ginormous fatty star. Why make more stars? I was also thinking about putting a bunch of stars in the background, which I also didn't do because I'm lazy and forgetful. I told myself I was going to do it. Was going to do it. Had no reason not to do it. I just forgot because I'm a scrub. The rest of this picture, I keep saying that. It's like I'm almost done, but we're only like halfway through this video. It's never going to end, man. You guys are going to be stuck here forever watching. You guys can't even leave. Yeah, you can. It's the little red X right up in the corner. But you could stay if you want to keep listening to me talk. I'm going to talk about something weird that happened during the stream. I was drawing, and someone else joined the stream, and I was like, whoa, this isn't supposed to happen. I'm freaking out. That's too much pressure if more than one person watches. And they asked me if I could do, I don't know the game. I think it's just called Shantae, but it's like the cute little genie. I think I just made a HD version of this game. If I could draw Not Safe for Work, Shantae the genie. And I was like, I have no problem with Not Safe for Work. So maybe I just won't do furries, I won't do pedophilia, and I won't do full-on intercourse because I'm uncomfortable with that. And they asked if like a werewolf transformation would be considered furry. I was like, I'm not sure if it's considered furry, but I could give it a shot. But then the more I thought about it after I finished the stream, I was just not digging that idea. And so I told them, I'm like, I'm not comfortable with that. I could still do a not safe, like, sexy Shantae, but I'm not doing a werewolf transformation. And the person gave me, like, a weird response on DeviantArt. He was like, can you at least draw her topless? It's just art. And I was like, I don't like when people say it's just art. I mean, it's something that I'm comfortable with or not comfortable with. And I feel like I was, like, perpetuating a fetish. Which fetishes aren't wrong. I'm not saying that. Just like, and then I was streaming last night, the next guy avatar, and that same person showed up and was like, can you stream drawing Shantae right now? I'm like, no, I'm doing another stream for a different person. I tried drawing Shantae, I was sketching her and trying to see what I could do, and I was just ending up not being very comfortable with it. And it was partially because of the way this person was reacting. So it was weird. It made me kind of uncomfortable. Not that I could draw not safe for work stuff. The idea of streaming it and someone watching it who's like begging me to draw this naked character just felt a little dirty, it felt dirty. I don't like to feel dirty when I draw, especially because I have a kiddo. He could run in any time and be like, whoa, look at the tits. He wouldn't say that, he's 4. But I'd be thinking, don't look at the tits. It's just, don't look at the tits. He's 4, shouldn't be seeing tits probably. Though he does walk in on me when I'm getting out of the shower, but that's family. Whole different story. I don't like to see it. I'm like, get out, I'm nakish. And he runs away giggling because he's 4 and he doesn't know any better. But I don't know. I feel like I won't say bugging. He wasn't bugging, and it wasn't like he was coming off rude. It was just really weird. Like, there's no other conversation than draw Shantae for me. Can you sketch her? When can you do it? It wasn't like involved in the conversation that the other people and I were having while I did the stream. He just came out of nowhere. And he didn't talk about like why he liked the character or why he wanted me to do it. It was like, do it. Just do it. It was kind of weird, man. I don't know. Made me uncomfortable. Anywho, on things that aren't uncomfortably creepy, I like drawing busty ladies and curvy ladies and flirty looking ladies. I mean, hey, she's kind of like, look at my chest, even though it's tiny, and she's like pushing it outward. But I don't know. Like bugging. I keep saying bugging. That's not the right word. That's rude. Constantly hounding someone to draw something without any explanation as to why you want it, and you just want to watch the person draw. And he didn't even want a full illustration. He just wanted me to sketch it. Sounds like once I get to like the boobs, it would be like something's gonna happen on the other side of the internet that I didn't want to know about and that I don't want to picture. So I was like, no thanks, that's not happening. We'll see what happens. Maybe I will, but it probably won't happen. I don't know. I don't do things. I can barely record the audio for this without going off on a rant that's not about the picture. Look at the picture. I'm doing the head things. It's gorgeous. I think I am. This audio might be a little off to the video. I'm recording it in a different program than just in Movie Maker. Because every time I was trying to record it in Movie Maker, it was staticky, and I don't know why. I thought it might have been the headset. So I got a different headset, and it was still staticky as fuck. But hey, look how pretty that dress is. It's so pretty. I'm so happy with it. I wish I had that dress. I want that dress. And it wouldn't look good on me, and it probably wouldn't fit me, but it's so pretty. It's so sparkly. It looks like the stars in the sky on her body, which is sexy and gorgeous, and I love it, and it makes me so happy. I'm gonna cry. Every time I look at it, I'm just like, oh my god, it's so pretty. It turned out so well. And I just love that you can see the bottom of her upper legs and her bottom of her torso, because on the avatar, if you could see the reference, if it wasn't covered up by half a foot, that's what it looks like. You can definitely see like the outline of the crotch. And I asked Mason, the creator of this character, if it was like a girl's body or guy's body, because the arms on the avatar looked real buff. And apparently Gaia has like gender neutral bodies, which I'm like, that's cool. I don't know. I haven't been on this website in 12 years. That's an exaggeration. It's been like 5. But I don't know. I was really happy with the way it turned out. And I think it really does end up looking a lot like the avatar, which I've seen fan art of Gaia avatars that take a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Liberties. They take a lot of liberties with the character, and it ends up kind of not looking like the character. Which the whole point of doing fan art for a Gaia avatar is getting it to look like that character. But hey, we're actually at the end of the video. We got like a minute left. How exciting is that? You can stop listening to me talk. I don't know why, if you did, why you stuck around. But if you did stick around, thank you. I'm going to be streaming more frequently. It'll have links in the description and on my page as to where I do it, and on social medias like Facebook and Instagram and maybe DeviantArt. I don't know if you'd call that a social media. What is DeviantArt anymore? It's where you go if you want to see My Little Pony and furries. But I'm still uploading there because it's where I started. Just not frequently. But I'll stream if you want to follow me on social medias and see works in progress of things I'm doing when I'm streaming, random sketches I do at work because I have no life and I don't want to actually do my job. You can also see those there. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this random little drawing of some random thing that's not fan art, so no one probably cares. But it was fun. I really enjoyed it, and as always, I've been enjoying making it. I think it turned out well, and I'm trying to fill this last few seconds of video with audio so it doesn't just go dead. Here it is. Look at it. It's pretty. Thank you guys for watching if you did watch. Thank you for leaving and stop listening to me talk if you left, because I know it's hard to do. Thank you guys again, and have a great rest of your day.